Hi, thanks for being in a new video. Let me tell you what I liked most and least about the OPPO Reno11 in case you're considering buying it. So as always, let me tell you, don't buy the OPPO Reno 5G without watching this video. Let's consider its launch price in Mexico, which has been 9,999 pesos. On the screen, you see the reference price in dollars, although remember that the prices here are not the same as those there. Many times in Mexico, the price is very high. Let's start with what I like the most. It has a very wide distribution, so you can find it in many physical stores and online stores. It is easy to get it. It has a slim design with 8.04 millimeters and it is lightweight with 182 grams. Overall, the design is always very nice in almost all OPPO devices, including the curved screen and an attractively designed back cover. It features infrared, so you can use it as a universal remote control. It's something that has been slowly fading away, but still OPPO keeps it on this device, so it can become a useful tool. The microphones on this device behave well, even in very noisy environments, so you could record concerts with good quality. It offers a very fast response on the camera, which gives you a considerably good experience. In fact, the burst is quite fast, although it has a limit of 20 pictures. It includes a telephoto lens. This is unusual for devices in this range, so it gives you a very good quality zoom and also portrait shots. In fact, backlit will also have a good result in photographs, and the ultra-wide camera also has a good performance. So the three cameras that it incorporates at the back are very useful and of good quality, unlike other manufacturers that incorporate only one useful camera, and the rest of the cameras are totally useless. This device also has the ability to record video in 4K at 30 frames per second, both with the main camera and the front camera. Through software, it offers you a tool to have recent files at hand or a sort of clipboard as well. It also offers an air gesture feature so that, for example, you can browse TikTok by simply showing the palm of your hand and gesturing in front of the device. This is a feature that is not present on many devices. It has a good charging speed thanks to its 67-watt charger, which, by the way, does come in the box. In my test, it finished charging in 55 minutes from 0 to 100. Although you know it's more advisable to charge it to 80 to 85% if you want to take better care of the battery, so the charging time is further reduced. It also has 256 gigabytes of internal storage, so you have a very good space for you to store all your photos and videos there. And finally, it has an excellent suite of games with lots and lots of options added through software. Although I'm only talking about added options, I'm not talking about performance yet. For that, let's go to the next section. Let me tell you now what I didn't like. For starters, it doesn't have Gorilla Glass, so we don't have the certainty of how much this glass, which is also curved, will resist. So we have a little bit of uncertainty there. If you already bought it, let me know in the comments if it broke. In addition, it does not integrate any level of protection against water and dust. For the price range, we could demand it to at least give us IP54. The cameras give us slightly paler colors than we would like, although this is also a bit of personal perception, but you let me also know your experience in the comments. The portrait mode of the front camera is not able to keep objects in focus, so the results may come out a bit strange if you have any object around you. Although it integrates a professional mode, it doesn't allow capturing raw photos. So it's a device that supposedly focuses on the camera, but in software we realize that it still doesn't seem to give us everything we need. Indoors, the ultra-wide camera may suffer a bit too much, and at night we will notice that it behaves much worse. In fact, while we're on the subject of nighttime, video recording will also be much more difficult. So for video recording, you do need very good lighting. The one-handed use mode only adjusts vertically. Personally, I don't like this experience, as it can become difficult to reach the options or buttons that are all the way to the other end. Its vibration motor is on the Z-axis, so the vibration can become quite simple compared to what some other competitors might offer. Battery life fell quite short in my test, so running my drain test in the background, it barely reached 4 hours and a bit more. Not a disaster, but you could find other devices with better battery life. And if you want to push it hard by editing video in 4K or playing games, you'll also notice that it gets a little weak. Not that it will give you a bad experience, but in this price range, you could find devices that are a bit more powerful. Let me know what you liked most and least about this device in the comments. For now, we come to the end of this video. See you next time.